Hello, shiny, tubers, and welcome back to Let's Play Shining Force 2, the Tactics plus Romhack, with me, Blueankylo. And I know I said last episode, in episode 1, that I was a bit a bit rusty, and boy, reviewing the footage, yeah, my dialogue isn't quite so smooth these days. Little bit out of sorts. So I'm gonna try to work on that, you know. So welcome back, folks. Episode 2. If you missed the intro, I mean, we talked a little bit about the ROM hack, and we're playing on super speed just to move things along. We're not really doing the dialogue or the story a whole lot, and we've got outside music, just playing the basic Shining Force 2 soundtrack in the background, which is fine. I'll probably do like the Shining Force 1 and 3 soundtracks as well, because you know, might as well. So let's just keep going. You know, we've got our 4 basic characters. Nothing is super different. The main thing is Jaha doesn't have an axe, but other than that, you know, pretty close to vanilla in terms of the starting party. I'm trying to remember to check for stuff because there's a lot of hidden items, and it's not always vanilla. So a healing seed is probably vanilla, but you know, we don't want to play that piano yet. But some of them have been upped or changed, and we'll find some neat items. There's some actually, wow, really powerful accessories and items in this pack that are way stronger than vanilla. So look forward to that once we find them. We should, it doesn't really matter, but we should probably save the game. I didn't save it last episode, my bad. Technically, I have the ability to do save states. I generally try not to use those much, except for maybe when we're using Power Wine. Should we just start with that right away? You know what? Sure. Let's just give them all to Blue, because I don't know which characters I'm going to keep around. I'm probably going to swap a lot of people around as we get new people, because I want to test it out. So I think I'm just going to have our hero be super strong. Although, if I remember correctly, the base mechanic is like... the way stat growth works, I think it takes into effect your stat boosters. So like if we take a wine now and get the +4 attack, it gives us more attack right now, which is great, but it means we'll grow our attack stat a little slower until it evens out to what it would be normally without having to drink the power wine. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Maybe the hacker could change that too. I don't know. There's growth curves and stuff for all this. So the gimmick here is, you know, these things have a random range, 2 to 4, I believe, for the boost. So you generally want to get the maximum boost, even if it's only temporary. At least it gives us the most bang for our buck, so to speak. Anyway, you know what? Kazan definitely has a new color. He used to be not white and blue, so good for him. So we have to fight our way up. He doesn't actually join us to help the fight, so we got another random fight with bats and slimes and stuff. So they have, like, rejiggered the location of some of the enemies. I think they generally start closer to your spot. There's less downtime traveling, but it does mean you get kind of ambushed sometimes, which can be a bit rough. Yeah, this is fine. How is Chester's 12 defense, 13 defense? Technically, Sarah has a little bit more defense, so we'll put her on the slime side. Get Blue in the forest. Oh boy, 39 HP on these bats. And we were put to sleep on a counterattack, and then we woke up at the end of our turn. I guess that's okay. Oh, this is gonna be a grind. Like last episode, if you remember, from a whole day ago, or 10 seconds ago, I did do the first Overworld fight I did twice, just to get a couple extra levels. Every point of attack makes a difference when you need to do 5, 6, 7 attacks to kill an enemy, right? Like, oh, we got the slow effect on that ooze. That was an on-hit rod attack. So I think each weapon type has a status effect that can apply on hits. I don't know. Have not memorized them. Yeah, the dodges. That's Shining Force 2 for you. We'll see. It might not be the weapon type. It might be the individual weapon has a specific thing. Like I think the gloves can stun. Not, you know, you just kill them. It doesn't really matter. But the rod attack. So it's kind of nice for a healer in that she generally doesn't do a ton of damage. But if she lowers their agility and defense, she can open up the way for other people to kill it kind of quickly. That was a lot of damage, right? So pretty nice when that works. We also learned Bolt pretty early. That's fine. Also, she got her second turn real quick there. I was hoping to affect slow on the rat, seeing as this guy's almost dead. I think we'll be okay for this fight. Starting to see the damage values go up. You know, Jaha is actually gaining some attack. It's possible he'll be more of a damage dealer than a tanky defender. He still has terrible movement, so it's tough, but we should try to get Sarah some kills just to keep her up. The healers, you know, traditionally their damage drops off pretty quick, and then the only way they gain XP is from healing. That can be a bit brutal, so we want to keep her level up as much as we can. That was a classic early game Shining Force 2 thing, is Sarah easily falls behind if you don't use her to attack it. Well, there's our first game over, technically. Great! So half of our money gone, just like that. Where can you see your money? Surely there's a place where we can see how much money we have. There you go. So we just lost 650 gold because, I don't know, the bat just did too much damage, basically. Well, we're not running up north. We're definitely staying back here. Sheesh. So yeah, that's going to happen more than I'd like. But the good news with Shining Force 2 is you keep all your experience you gain. You know, you just lose money and time. But you don't lose all the time because you don't lose all the progress. You do keep your... you keep the stuff you got, basically. The level ups. Any drops from enemies you get back. Look at that! Like... Sheesh. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. So, one enemy just got a double attack, and they get those pretty regularly. That's still 3/4 of our HP, and there's not really much we can do about it. This guy's got more movement than us, and it's trained, so, you know, until we get some stats, and that's 13 defense versus 22 attack, so it is a base of, like, it's just math. It's 22 minus 13 is 9, minus the train effect gets us to about 7, and that's just what it's going to be every time we get hit. So, yeah, that's exactly what you'd expect. Ouch. Alright, so Jaha... I wish I could see the turn order coming up. Level 6, level 5, level 5. I'm going to try to let someone at level 5 finish it off. Might be a mistake. It was a mistake. I regret it. Could have prevented some damage there. Alright. Let's try to keep our hero at top. Let's not have another game over in episode 2 if we can prevent it. Oh, come on! This is not looking good. It's looking real bad. Please kill that rat. You dirty rat. I don't know if we should be focusing the bat down. Like, we can kill the oozes a lot quicker. The bat still has sleep attack. That's a vanilla effect there. Oh boy, I don't know about Chester. I mean, I could throw some herbs at him. I did buy herbs, and I guess we don't have a healer anymore. He did not wake up. I think maybe we should just ingress out. Try again. Yeah, I know. Just uninstall the hack and start over from something else. Just play vanilla. No, it's fine, guys. I promise. We'll figure it out. First episode worked out pretty well. Second episode... Did it seriously get double attacks like 3 times in a row? I did wake up really quickly, which is unusual when you get knocked asleep. But I'm out of her. You know, we're dead. There's no way. We are totally dead. Alright. Third time. At least we didn't lose our money, right? That's what matters. We kept... we could have lost another 375 gold, but we didn't. I don't think the early game monsters really drop, like, any money at all, hardly. So if we keep dying, I think we'll kind of soft lock ourselves. I can't really afford the herbs, is the problem, right? 150... Maybe I should have just... I should empty out my money on the herbs, but the idea is, like, I can't really afford too many replacement healing herbs. Okay, let's try to focus him down. anything that's not a bat doesn't do that much damage. Yeah, not even close. So if we can focus him down, get a level up, you know, that'll help a little bit. Yeah, 1 damage is fine. Let's make room so Sarah can smack him too. Oh, I think we stunned him, actually. Yeah. Okay, again, with a little luck, it just totally turns around and we win. And crit. Yeah. Haha, game. Hilarious. You know how last time the bats just double attacked and killed everybody instantly? Now we critical them and get stuns on them instead. Yeah, they were getting the double. So the game is taking pity on us. It's generous. Alright, what are we looking at for levels? 6, 6, 6. Mark of the Beast. Yeah, we're not getting full XP for killing the slimes anymore. We've got the slow on the rat. So it'll go down pretty quick. What I would really like is the slow on the bat that always doubles. Apparently they just... You know, whatever their attack power is, just double it, because they always get 2 attacks. That's the rule now. Okay, but we also get double attacks, so fair is fair. We just have to burn it down. If you can't burn it down in like 1 turn, you die. That's just the rule now. Alright, that's the fight. We're good now, I think. So you might want to do some grinding. If you're playing along, if you're not doing a let's play, you know, definitely consider just staying here till you're level 10. It's fun. I don't know if you get to level 10, but just stay here longer, you know. Get everyone to level 7 or 8 at least, easily. But, like, look how easy it is. All you gotta do is 3 tries, and then the 3rd try is automatic win. Yeah, now we just get doubles all the time. Beautiful. Beautiful! Alright. Oh, we got heal level 2. It's pretty expensive. Used to be 3 MP, 5 MP, so that's a bit much. Detox, I hadn't shown that actually, is much cheaper now. It's just 1, it's already an AoE. I'm a big fan of that tweak to make detox cheaper, because being poisoned sucks, and having to spend a lot of MP to recover from it also kind of not the nicest. We could, I think actually, I forgot to mention this as well, seeing as we're talking about spells. Yeah, Egress only costs 1 MP, so we could cast Bolt a couple times, because it's cheaper. So I should remember that Blue is like more of a hybrid caster than vanilla hero. There are a lot more hybrid characters in this hack. Less, like even Chester, as we'll learn, is not so much a full melee combat character as he used to be. So level 6, level 7, 6, and okay. So we'd like to get Chester the kill if we want to get into level 7. And we've used all our MP basically. Want to save those herbs for a real fight. This is a real fight. But yeah, I mean, the fight's over, we win. I'm just gonna feed... I generally do this. This is classic strategy RPG things. I generally try to feed the experience to whoever's at the lowest level, especially at the end of the fight once you've got things under wrap. Just to keep the levels consistent. Sometimes, like, it's not actually the optimal strategy. It's probably better to funnel the experience to the strongest characters so they stay strong and win you the fight. But I very much like to play communist RPG, where everyone gets the same amount of experience all the time and levels up equally. The EXP share is, you know, that's the way of the future. All characters level equally. Everyone gets 1 bite of bread. Okay, so it only took 14 minutes. We made it through fight number 3. You know, it's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So, meanwhile, we're coming here to do some research, homework, basically. But it turns out that, Kazan? Yeah, Kazan's... I don't know if it's his grandpa or just his teacher. Kind of like our Sir Astral, I guess. But he's been killed, murdered by soldiers. So Kazan joins us to get revenge. Perfect. Welcome to Kazan the Mage. He's got freeze. What's that? He's supposed to be a fire mage. Weird. Well, we'll see how that does for him. Freeze is usually the superior spell. Usually. The only benefit of Blaze is usually that it's cheap. It's less MP cost, but... oh boy, here we go. So this fight Also, slight tweak. Instead of a certain lemon, now there's a grape guarding us, I guess. Interesting. And now... I wonder what's gonna happen. So, you know, this isn't looking great for us. I was gonna say it out loud. This doesn't look amazing. That's a good start, though. Ooh, another double. 2 doubles right off the bat. Kazan, bro, I have a feeling you're not gonna live very long. So let's spend some MP and try to kill this Gallum soldier. 16 damage for a level 1 spell. Ouch. So one thing you may have noticed already is even a basic archer with an iron arrow, like a low tier arrow, has a range of 3. That's great. For us, terrible right now though. So let's try to keep Kazan alive as long as we can. I'd like to get him another turn. If we block... Oh, he's going to be able to shoot... This one's going to be able to shoot Sarah. If he only had the range 2 attacks, we could block him in, and then he wouldn't even get an attack. But it's not actually going to matter, so... Let's just chip him. Actually, it worked out to not fight him. Weird. Oh, that's bad news for Jaha. He got slowed by the... I guess technically they don't have axes. Axes don't exist. So I guess it's kind of like a punch, kind of like his work glove punch. Well, I don't know. I don't know how that counts. Let's see if we can finish off this archer. No. Let's... No big hits there. It does seem like they're choosing not to attack sometimes, even though they could. I don't totally understand why. Let's see if we can finish this one off before he decides to attack. I think the AI is just a little bit confused, which is fine. This guy is obviously very aggro, so I think the sooner we can kill the soldier, probably the better. That's a critical hit. Ooh, 9 damage. Ooh, he lives! He lives with 1! Okay, Jaha, if you can kill this guy, we have a chance. If you don't, we're probably dead. Okay, very nice, very nice. I could have done the math, but I didn't. We're doing better than I expected. Healing drops are like super valuable. Let's see if we can... I'm gonna go all out. We're gonna win this fight. We're not gonna die, because... Spoiler alert, if you die, you're dead. But no, it changes the results of the fight. Stop picking on my wizard! Oh! Okay, we got double attack. Awesome. Okay, this is going much better than my first playthrough. Jaha still fighting it out. I'm gonna try to focus this. Dang it. The Gallum soldier has 23 attack. These guys, well, okay, it's very similar, I suppose. 26. He's got less hit points, so it's a bit easier to burn him down. Same defense, yeah. It's a bit easier to kill these guys and reduce the incoming damage. I think we're gonna come out of this, I think. The tide has turned. Now let's try to block off the way to our wizard a little bit more. There's a good chance Kazan dies, but if he can get a kill with his last MP, I'll still take it. That guy's gonna level up. Beautiful. Normally he would get Blaze 2 around now. Like 1 level up, I think, is what he normally needs. Alright, well, you've only got one thing you can do, so punch. We could try to, like, lock this guy in so he can't move, but it usually takes more time than it's worth to set up. Alright, we still have some MP on our healer. Let's try to keep Kazan alive, because I don't want anyone to die. He's, like, not very valuable to the fight anymore, you know, because he's out of MP, but... Yeah, I think we can still win this, I think. Resources are getting a little thin, but I'll probably use my last heal on blue. How long? We've got like couple turns until this guy gets their reinforcements. I'd love to get a slow off the on hit slow is what I've been trying to do. Maybe I should be going for the sleep instead. All right, we got that one down. Me might be able to do 2 damage. Hey! Kazan getting a kill with his fists. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna use a regular herb here. Regular herb. And then we're gonna use our last MP. I'm pretty sure blue can take 1 hit. How's Jaha doing 22 defense? Actually, yeah, he's definitely the tank of the group for the moment. As long as we're in 30% defense territory, we're probably okay. All right, the last of our MP on heals here. This fight, very tactical. I'm pretty happy with how this has gone. I don't want Chester to get double hit, though. Chester's defense is not that amazing. You know, I say that, as long as he's at full health. We're going to use these herbs. I want more inventory space. That's the real strat. Yeah, he would have died if he got double hit there. Well, if they had both hit him, you know. But I healed him up. He still could have died if he'd been double hit and hit again. Okay, let's try sleep. Got him. Let's try that again. Oh, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. He doesn't have a same staff. He has a slow staff, which you mostly can't... Like, some enemies are able to resist it, but usually that just hits. And that means we'll be doing extra damage. A little bit less defense. Oof, yeah, there you go again. Okay, so this guy woke up. Let's try to kill him before he gets a turn. I was hoping he'd sleep a little longer, but it's fine. Alright. Let's keep using these rods. I think maybe the early game difficulty is partially because I haven't quite adjusted to using the free spells we get. So here we go. I'm trying to learn, adapt, overcome. Look at that. Easy, just double crits. Double attack, double hits. Beautiful. Alright, yeah, we got this. Not easy. There was definitely some times we could have lost that fight. But alright. If you were like 10 experience away from a level up, I'd probably use a herb just to give it to them, but looks like we've got more distance to the next level. Okay. So yeah, spoilers. The first time I tried this fight on my test playthrough, Blue got kind of like how the vampire, not the vampire, just the regular bats, you know, earlier in the episode when I got double hit and killed instantly. That's basically what happened the first time I tried this map. I think one of the archers just doubled the hero, and that was the end of it, basically. So, you know, I think to survive some of these battles, you basically need a little bit of luck, good tactics, and some good luck, you know. But the RNG is always against you. So one strategy, like whatever I do, if you're watching, if you're playing along, just because you copy what I do does not mean that you will win this fight, is what I'm trying to say. And a lot of encounters will be similar, where it just, you know, these fights are tough. And if the enemies get double attacks or whatever, you're doomed. Again, just trying to get that last extra level. You know, sometimes you learn a new spell. It is actually especially nice on wizards and mages. If you get them a level up with more MP growth, it refills for the next fight, right? So you don't want them to get a level up at the beginning of the fight where they don't get the free MP. But I need to get to 20 to get another cast, so it doesn't really matter. But, he's almost dead. Everyone's... You know, Sarah can definitely get the last skill. She's 1 level behind still. Let's save our herbs for whatever comes next. Come on, Sarah. Get him. 11 damage. Well, he had his defense down. Anyway, very nice. So we didn't get, like, the bad ending where you get a scripted death when you game over. Instead, we win and then lose. But we got all the experience, so, you know, good. And I don't think you lose half your gold on this fight if you die, but, you know, you're sort of scripted to lose. The fact that we pulled it off, pretty awesome. We still were captured and thrown into jail by not Lemon, but Grape. and now have a little chat about what's going on, why we're in jail. There's this thief, Archer, who maybe stole some gems and caused everything to happen. And the sprite, again, I think I've mentioned it, but the sprites, sometimes the portrait glitches out, and I think it's just, I don't know if the ROM hacker can fix it. It's just the animated pictures there, whatever we're calling them. They do have like talking animations, so I think it's not just one picture. It's like 3 or 4 that alternate. Maybe it's just very difficult to change them out the way this game is coded. And also the character sprite as they're running around will sometimes turn into a rat, because I think Slade had more sprites for movement, sitting on the ground, than anyone else. So you can't just swap them out because, there's not a similar drawn sprite for, an archer sitting on the ground. So we'll see that a little bit here at the beginning, like that. They did give Slade the rat version a pink shirt at least, so you can obviously change the colors. And maybe, ROM hacking with more effort, you could redraw that whole sprite to look like Janet. It'd probably a lot more work. Anyway, the story is Slade / Janet, stole the gems. They got stolen from them by the army, whatever the kingdom we're in, and they're just thrown into jail. There is also, of course, the most important thing, not the cheer up sandals, but actually an accessory that we want. So what do we just pick up? An attack earring. And an attack earring is kind of like a little baby power ring. You can't use it to cast the spell attack up, but it does give 4 more attack if you equip it. So who do we want to have a little bit more attack? Chester's behind. I'm going to give it to Chester because Chester has a ranged attack and is doing the least amount of damage. For now. We can always move it around. But yeah, I actually really like what this hack has done with the accessories. There's a lot of decisions we'll have to talk about with those as time goes on. Anyway, Slade / Janet decides that we probably shouldn't go that way and instead should go down this way instead and try to get out of jail. Whether that's a good idea or not, I don't know, but this is where we're going. Secret Mithril, pick that up while you're here. You can, some of them are missable. This one you can get way later if you really want, but some you can miss forever, so yeah, probably pick it up. I don't think there's anything in these barrels. I don't think the hack moves location. I mentioned this in the first video, but I believe the treasure chest pot barrels are all the same. Bushes, trees, mountains. It's just the item you get for searching it is not necessarily the same. This dialogue might be a little different. Yeah, see, stuff like there. I don't want to say there's no text edits. It's not Lemon and the King anymore. So, Mr. Oddeye, we do meet, and I think, you might guess some of the implications here. Normally, you don't meet Oddeye until Mount Volcano, right? Mount Volcanon, whatever, with all the birds. But in this one, you actually kind of meet him a little early, which is a little different. Is anyone poisoned? We do tend to get a lot of status effects, so it's a good... I say it's actually quite important to check before fights if anyone has been paralyzed, stunned. Because it really sucks if you start a fight and you poison, you're taking, 10%. If you had 100 HP, you're taking 10 damage a turn, or you start paralyzed or something, you have to wait till it wears off. I kind of wish it just cleared between fights, because, 10 gold doesn't... the cost to remove them at the temple is so meaningless. It's just something you have to remember to do, so it's not the best feature. Anyway, you get to see a slightly tweaked discussion where instead of Lemon bossing people around, you get the blind guy. It's fine. So Oddeye just works for King Gallum in this story. It's slightly different. I really don't think very much dialogue changes, so I'm kind of skipping through it, but I'll try to catch it if there's anything new. But alright, so we try to escape, but there's still some guards, and they still have one of those 2 gems that Janet stole. So maybe we'll steal it back. Also, we start kind of cornered here. Actually feels like the prison guards are not letting us escape by really pressuring us on the first turn. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah, we'll try to do 2 fights per episode, give or take, just to keep the plot moving. We could go for a sleep or just a hit. I'm just going to go for a hit. Ideally, we get the slow effect as well, but... This could do 16 damage? No. The range is different for spells now, so it used to be Freeze 2 was 8 to 10 damage, or Freeze 1 was 8 to 10 damage, I think. I think it's like 13 to 17-ish. Now, if I... Chester, you gotta just hold the line here, because the archer could probably go kill Kazan if I don't block the route. And it was gonna get its turn right away, so... Bad for Chester. Good for Kazan. Let's try to finish this guy off and then go save Chester. We're just gonna have... I really hope Chester gets good turn order or else he's dead. And he was slowed, so he's gonna get bad turn order and is definitely dead. There's probably no way to save him. Maybe Sarah will get a second turn quicker, but Kazan can't save him. Can't kill either of those. 16. Oh, this guy got stunned, so we can sort of ignore him for a little bit. Jaha did pull off a stun. Still gonna kill him, or try. Okay, the stun wore off, didn't last very long. Kazan gets shot. Yeah, well, he got slowed. He lost his defense and his agility, so that's... Yeah. You know, he sacrificed himself to keep Kazan alive. Maybe not my best tactics, but the problem is, like, it's a problem. But, you know, it's already hard to predict how much damage you'll take with double attacks and crits. If you throw in stuff like stuns and slows and sleeps on hits, it's really, like, I would argue, it's really impossible to know if a move is safe. Because it probably never is safe. Like, there's always a chance that they're gonna double get a crit, slow you, then you don't get a second turn, you know, stuff like that. I wonder if we should... I don't know if we're gonna actually win this with one character down. Like, losing one of our 5 is a big blow. In fact, we only really have 4 people that can deal damage, so we lost like 25% of our output. And Kazan's almost out of MP already. Oof. Let's drop this guy's defense a bit and try to kill him. Also, it was nice to have the range 2 attacks. We don't from Chester, so losing that also pretty bad. This might be another one of those fights where we just die, but we'll see. We'll see. So those mages, the enemy AI is definitely more aggressive than it normally is. They also have free spells like sleep, so keep that in mind. This guy's... Well, just kill him. I don't want to take too much more damage, so get it off. Dang it. Okay, good damage. Sleep failed. We've resisted sleep twice. That's a little lucky, honestly. I don't know what the exact odds are, but I feel like we get... Normally, you don't dodge those afflictions very often. Now, the problem is, they still got a mage that could put us to sleep. This guy has a ton of attack power. That's 9 damage per hit, and he could certainly double. A bit less to Jaha. Trying to do a not adjacent, because I don't want everyone to get hit by sleep and fall. And you know, if sleep hit 4 of us and put us all to sleep, we definitely lose. So trying to prevent that. I'm glad that they went for Jaha there. Actually, that was very nice. Now we don't have much left, so I'm hoping to get the slow on hit. Did not work. So yeah, these guys have a ton of HP. I suppose I should have maybe just planned to do it like this anyway, because... Uh-oh, I did what I said I shouldn't do. Luckily, only one person fell asleep. Yeah, I don't know about this. 14 damage is pretty good, but... I think we gotta try... No, nothing. Yeah, I don't think we're winning this fight. This is definitely where having a ranged attacker throwing spears over us would be really nice. And he gets a double. Oh, but he didn't kill. It's a double without the kill. Sheesh. Now Blue's slow. Jaha's still asleep. Yeah, we're dead. I think if I get a turn, I should just aggress. I think this guy's already been slowed. You can't extend it. Oh, come on. We didn't even get a turn. Alright, well, like I said, early game, late game, whatever, it's going to happen a lot. How much money did I lose that time? Another 500 bucks down the drain. Game over number 2. Alright, alright. See, you just have to die. Then it's much easier after you've died once. It's so dumb. But yeah, Jaha had an amazing opening on this try, so that made it much easier, and that'll change the whole... That'll change like the whole flow of the fight by having a first turn double kill, double hit, single round kill basically. I don't want to use freeze 2. It's very expensive. That should guarantee the kill here. We want to heal. Yeah, gotta keep Chester healed up. He does not have as much HP as normal. Usually Chester is your sort of HP tank. Lowish defense with very high HP is kind of your standard Ken in Shining Force 1 and Chester Shining Force 2. Not quite what's going to happen in this hack. Okay, this is looking fine. The enemies are kind of trickling in, making my job a little easier. I'm not gonna use any more MP. This guy's already basically dead. Maybe I could have even just hit him with Kazan, honestly, but gotta try to save some power for this last one. Now, there is a thing we could try to do. I don't know if it'll work. It worked. It's a bit cheesy. Is it cheesy? I don't know. It's a trick. Now, I don't know if he can actually win this fight on his own. Because he's going to take... If the mage was smart, he would just use Blaze 1 every turn for 6 damage. And then when I healed him, he would try to put, like, sleep area of effect on. But, you know, I'll take it. I could move Chester and have Kazan try to freeze him, too, as an option. But I think now... Yeah, now we've got it pretty much cinched. We're going to wait to see if he gets hit one more time with another blaze, but no, he made it. Alright, good. So that pulled one off. I'm not sure if we could do that with anyone else. I think the rest of their AIs don't trigger until you start moving down this hallway. So we probably want to do that with Jaha. Keep Kazan back for blasting. Keep Blue a little bit back. Maybe heal Chester. We'll use our MP for now. Although hopefully Chester will stay out of the front row. Okay, so all the enemies just had a turn, which means it's a good time for us to attack. Now, I could go for the mage, but I think that would put Jaha like too far forward. Maybe we put him here and try to burn down this knight. I mean, putting him to sleep. This guy does the most damage. Yeah, we got him. Even better. Ooh, another double. Alright, yeah. We did some good damage. We're going to get all put to sleep here, probably. Yeah. 1, 2 out of 3. Ouch. Well, the good news is we dodged one attack from Gallum Knight by putting him to sleep. Bad news is enemy mage still managed to hit us because we grouped up. We can maybe finish him off before he gets a turn. I'm going to put... I could get 2 hits on that, but I want to try to focus... Because there is a chance Kazan kills this guy right out. Ah, low roll. Okay, but Chester's got the backup. Level 10, good. Oh, geez, I didn't even remember. So, one of the things I believe the hack has done is it's removed a lot of the boss you wins and generally have to kill all enemies. Even some... fights where you'd expect killing the boss would end the fight. Oftentimes you have to kill all enemies anyway. So that was a surprise, because I didn't expect the trigger there to be kill this guy, win immediately. So good. I mean, less XP, but made the fight end just a little earlier. I think we pretty much had it in the bag anyway, but... so he had the Jewel of Light, and then he explodes. Alright, I forgot they all explode. Last time I did a lot of commentary on all the exploding knights and enemies. Load-bearing bosses. Alright, so we win. How are we looking on time? Yeah, 40 minutes. It's probably all the battles we'll have time for. It's, what, 2 more battles for the end of the chapter? So let's do a little bit of the town exploring, shopping stuff here. There is a... I'm trying to think of where all the items are. I think there's an item in one of these houses. Or maybe not, actually. Feels like there's not much. So loot. Oh, right, of course. The treasure. Just gotta steal from the merchants. And then sell it right back to them. Let's see if there's anything useful for sale. Healing herbs. We don't really have any money, though, so, you know. Right. Yeah, we're gonna be out of cash. So, this is definitely... I probably shouldn't have sold that mithril early, because this is probably where you should sell it. I probably wouldn't sell this, because there's no way you're gonna spend it all. And you're just gonna die and lose it all, basically. But I think we could sell 1,500 gold, and if you're wondering, it does get stored in the deals. No matter how many mithril you sell, you can always buy them back. You pay a little more, but I think like late game 2,000 gold when you can use these is nothing, and early game 1,500 gold plus the storage space is pretty good. So we do get some upgrades. +4 attack, boxer glove. Sure, we have to make some space here. I suppose I could have sold. You know, you can sell the weapons, the old weapons and stuff as well to make a bit of money. But yeah, we'll do a quick upgrade here. I think I mentioned, but all of Chester's weapons will be range 2. There are no lance style weapons that are range 1. That is removed in this hack, I believe. So is that everybody? Oh, I think... Yeah, we've got the archer now. Our new Slade replacement is not a rat with a knife, but an archer with an arrow. And it is range 3, so that's a nice little perk. We've got slow rod, glove, javelin plus earring, sleep rod, saber. We can also... But I see, now I don't know about this. There is still some knife-style weapons that Slade normally would use, but we don't have a Slade to equip them. But they have the same attack power as the equivalent sword. So I wonder if they have like a different effect, like maybe they poison enemies or something. I don't actually know, but I don't have enough money to really test it out because I want to put at least one accessory on everyone. Either an attack up earring, which is +4 attack, or a circlet, which is +4 defense, which is pretty obviously what you want on your healers and stuff. Because we're not going to be doing a whole lot of attacking physically with Sarah. So +4 defense might save her life. And similarly, Kazan should have the defense. Other than that, we could get like a second sleep and slow rod so that both casters can do both effects if they want. We are missing an accessory on blue, so we could go either a little bit of attack or a little bit of defense. I think I'm going to go defense. Because game overs, and we've already had 2. Other than that, who else are we missing? Sarah's got defense. Chester's got offense, which might be a mistake, but he is ranged, so he shouldn't be tanking, and he doesn't really get very much defense or HP. Jaha, I think we're going to give him defense. Just make a little bit of space here in his inventory. The first time I played it, I mostly just gave everyone attack up earrings, which was probably the default smart play if you're playing the vanilla game. Just get attack up, that's what matters. Defense doesn't generally make much of a difference. But in this hack, 4 defense is not insignificant, and enemies tend to do a ton of damage. So yes, that's that. And then I want Kazan to get a sleep rod. It's not as important. And I want Sarah to get a slow rod. It's, you know, the sleep rod is probably the least useful because it has a pretty high chance of doing nothing. But if it works, it's great. And then the slow rod is like, it's pretty okay. There are much better rods that we'll get later on, but just the free spells that never break, like it's not. I mean, it's better than nothing, right? Like you could either like imagine Sarah runs out of MP normally. She can either attack for 1 or 2 damage and put herself in danger, or she's got the option to put slow. And if the enemies are already slowed, she's got the chance to put sleep. Like it's more options, right? Ranged free spells is never a bad thing. It just costs an inventory slot. So I think that's it for equipment. We've got new sword plus defensive circlet, new rod plus defensive circlet, new javelin plus offensive earring, which might be a mistake, glove plus defense, rods plus defense, arrow plus offense. Now I will say on archers that you're usually keeping safe, just focusing on offense only is still a little bit risky because, you know, it's pretty hard, especially when you only got like 6 characters to keep them safe. But they generally don't need as much defense as the front rows. But I mean, 18 defense isn't much, so maybe, and you could give them both. You can swip accessories mid-battle and have the defense normally, and then switch to the attack earring right before you attack, and then switch back to defense after if you need to. But it's fine. Like, I'm not going to spend so much time doing stuff. That's a level of design I don't really like, or I don't want to have to do it. It's too micromanaging, basically. What I would like to do is make sure everyone's got like at least 1 healing. Yeah, everyone's got at least 1 herb, and then we've got a couple spaces for picking stuff up because there is still more stuff to pick up. I have to hold that nugget for now. I don't want to sell it, and the rest of it is fine. So I think that's all we're gonna do for today's episode. I know the music already ended, so that's a pretty good signal to end. We did win 2 fights, got a bunch of game overs on the second episode, but you know. This guy tries to steal your jewel, and this guy tries to help you get out. I think one of them. Oh no, maybe it was a different hack. I think it was Return to Grons, where one of these guys like, "Don't worry, I'll distract the guard." Return to Grons, I will say, as a different ROM hack that I'm not really doing. There's a lot of dialogue upgraded in towns where they include your characters, like Chester and Jaha, and the townspeople will say, "Oh, so and so did something for us." It's actually really it's a very nice touch. But this hack didn't do too much of that. So, that's why talking to people is not that important. So, rambling Ankylo, time to end the episode. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Hopefully you're not too frustrated with my deaths, but, I feel like I'm generally playing pretty carefully, and we just have to accept that sometimes the randomness will kill us, and we're just going to have to, keep rolling with a few character deaths and restarts, because I don't think there's really an easy way to dodge them at all. Even if you played super carefully XCOM style, this game is just not designed for you to keep everyone alive all the time. It's kind of the opposite of that. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed, and have a great day. I'll see you next time with new music for probably ending the prologue. We can probably finish the prologue off. See you there.